In his world, the most dangerous thing you can do is care about someone. He had nothing. No family. No names that mattered. No faces he'd lose sleep over. That's what made him untouchable. Then the twins came. Then I came. And now, people are talking. That morning started like the others. Min-jun woke first, he always cries before his brother. Then Seo-jin, quieter, just watching me with those dark eyes like he's already figuring out the world. I had a routine now. Feeds at 6. Nappies. Warm water, not hot. Burt Min-jun upright, he's fussy if you lay him too soon. Seo-jin is easy. He sleeps when he's full. It had been 3 weeks since the rain. 3 weeks since I carried 2 strangers' children through a storm, and somehow ended up here in the home of a man whose name makes grown men lower their voices. The guards never spoke to me, not once. They looked through me like I was furniture. I told myself it didn't matter. I told myself a lot of things back then. He came in that morning and stood there. Just stood there. He didn't pick them up. He didn't ask how the night was. He looked at the twins the way a man looks at something he's afraid to hold too tightly. Joon-ho's hand twitches, then goes into his pocket. Something had changed. I didn't know what. But his jaw was tight. His breathing was off. I'd been around him long enough to notice. The phone buzzed. He looked at the screen and his whole body changed, like someone had pulled a wire taut inside him. He didn't say where he was going. He didn't say when he'd be back. He moved like a man going to answer for something. The car pulled away. I heard the gate close. And then it was just me, 2 babies, and a house full of men who wouldn't look at me. I didn't know where he went that night. Not then. But I learned. In this world, you always learn usually too late. His name was Dae-hyun. I didn't know it yet. But I'd learn it soon enough the way you learn the name of a storm after it's already torn through your house. They'd known each other a long time. That's what I learned later. Dae-hyun was one of the old guard, a man who'd stood beside Joon-ho when the empire was built with blood and silence. He'd earned his place, and that made him dangerous, because he believed he'd earned the right to speak.
The families are talking, Chairman. They say you've changed. You were untouchable because you had nothing. No wife, no children, no weakness anyone could find. That's what made you the most feared man in Seoul. Now there are 2 infants in your home, and a foreign woman sleeping under your roof. An African. No connections. No family here. No one who'd come looking for her. They don't fear a man who hesitates, Joon-ho.
He didn't call him Chairman. He used his name. And in that world, that meant something. It meant, I see you as an equal now, and equals can be replaced. Joon-ho didn't defend himself. He didn't explain. Men like him don't. But I know what he was thinking. Because weeks later, in a moment he probably regretted he told me. The twins made him vulnerable. He knew that. 2 infants with no mother, hidden inside a fortress. If anyone found them, they'd become the sharpest blade anyone ever held to his throat. And me?
I didn't ask for your concern.
That was all he gave Dae-hyun, 7 words. But here's what he didn't say. What he'd calculated long before that doc. A woman from his world would know too much. The names, the roots, the debts. She'd be leverage. Or worse, she'd become a threat herself. But me? I was clean. A student. An outsider. I didn't know the empire. I didn't know the families. I had no loyalties except to 2 babies who needed someone. I was useful. Because I was ignorant. And my ignorance was his safety. He wasn't keeping me because he cared. He was keeping me because I was the safest option in a world where every option could kill him. I didn't know that yet. But when I found out, I wasn't angry. I understood. In his position, I might have done the same. Dae-hyun's final words.
The Empire doesn't wait for fathers, Chairman.
He stood there for a long time. I imagine the rain felt like nothing to him. Men who carry that much weight don't feel weather anymore. He came back after midnight. I heard the gate, the car, the footsteps, slower than when he left. He looked at me the way you look at a lock on a door, checking if it's still in place. No words, no explanation. I was getting used to that. But I wasn't getting used to the feeling, the one that sits in your stomach when you know something is wrong and no one will tell you what. I was walking to the kitchen. Simple, routine. And then I heard them. They were speaking Korean. Fast, casual. The way people speak when they're certain no one who matters is listening. But I was listening, and I understood every word.
Dae-hyun met the chairman tonight, at the old dock.
What did he say?
What everyone's thinking, that the chairman's gone soft, that the woman and the children are making him weak.
The outsider? She's nobody. A student.
That's the problem. She's nobody. And she's living in the chairman's house. The other families see that. They see an opening. Nobody.
That word should have hurt. But it didn't. Because in that moment, nobody was the most powerful thing I could be. They weren't watching me. They weren't guarding their words around me. They thought I was invisible. And invisible people hear everything. I could leave. I knew that. Pack a bag, walk to the gate, and disappear back into Seoul. Go back to my flat, my textbooks, my life before the rain. But then I thought of Minjun's cry, the way Seo-jin's fingers wrap around mine when I feed him, the way they both go quiet when I hum, like the sound of my voice is the only safe thing they know. I wasn't leaving, and I wasn't staying blind. They think I don't understand. Good. Let them keep thinking that.
If Dae-hyun moves on this, the twins are the first thing they'll take.
That was the moment I understood. I wasn't protecting them from the outside world. I was protecting them from the people in this house. I'm not nobody.